Alright, so this video is for lesson 18. It's the opening lesson for lesson 18. I'm just going to go through like we would normally do with the workbook. So this video should be kind of like your notes. So you can go back and look at what I did on here, and it's just a reference tool for you to do your practice book work. Okay. I will also be adding a check your work video. Remember that you should use the check your work video after you try on your own, just to check and see how you're doing with the concepts. Okay. So lesson 18 is focused on how do we understand solutions to equations. Previously we looked at expressions. So expressions and equations are not the same. They are similar. They have things in common, but they are not the same thing. The main difference between an expression and an equation is that equation means that there's something that it's equal to, whereas an expression doesn't necessarily have anything that it's equal to. It's just an operation, maybe a couple operations, and that's it. So the main difference is that an equation has something that it's equal to, something that you're being told that it's equal to. Okay. So what does it mean to solve an equation? If I solve an equation, it means I figure out what's on both sides. So if you look at that image there, it's showing a balanced beam, and we can see what's on both sides. So this is an equation that has been solved. Okay, and that's what they're trying to show you with this visualization here. Have you ever seen a pan balance? You put objects in both pans. If the object's weights are the same, the pan hangs evenly. So you can see here that these are even. If they weren't even, this one would be higher or lower than this one. Okay. An equation is like a pan balance. A pan balance tells you two weights are equivalent. An equation tells you two expressions are equivalent. And what does it mean? What does equivalent mean? Who remembers? So equivalent means equal. So there's that equal sign, right? That's the focus of an equation. It's equal. What is it equal? So you should think of solving an equation like making a balance hang evenly. So if we look at this pan balance down here, it says 2 ounces, and they want us to find this unknown ounce value down here. We know that the other side equals 6 ounces, right? So it says, look at the picture, circle the weights that must combine to equal 6 ounces. So together, these two together have to equal this. So that tells me that I could write an equation for this. So this would become white. The writing on these is so light, and I don't understand when the highlighters are so dark, like deep in color. Okay. So this tells me this I have 2 plus x, right? I'm getting it from here. 2 plus x equals, remember we want these two to balance on both sides, equals 6. So what could x be? 2 plus what is 6? Well, I could do it this way. This is a positive 2, so I can take away 2 and move it, also take it away from this side. So it's balanced, right? I'm doing the same thing to both sides. And then x would equal 4. I also can just look at that and know that because I can do some mental math, which I know you guys are all really good at. So 2 plus 4 equals 6. Yeah, that's right. Right? The pans are hanging evenly, so the total weight in each pan is the same. The pan on the right holds 6 ounces. The pan on the left must also hold 6 ounces. How much weight do you have to add to 2 ounces to get a total of 6 ounces? See, so you did have to add right here, it says. even if you didn't know that's what you were doing. It's telling you to do it right here. To get a total of 6 ounces. 2 ounces and 4 ounces together are a total of 6 ounces. Therefore, the unknown weight of X must be 4 ounces. Alright, so for this one, it says solving an equation is finding out how to make two expressions equivalent. Again, this is repeating from what we just talked about. Write an expression for the weight in the right side pan. 6. An equation is a statement that tells you two expressions are equivalent. I'm going to highlight this because it's defining it again for us. Remember that this video is technically your notes for you to use as a reference. It's not going to go anywhere. You can come back and pause and stop wherever you need to stop to focus on what is this saying. 2 plus x equals 6 is an equation, right? Because I have an equal sign and there's an expression over here and an expression over here. Solve the equation means you need to find the value of the variable. That will make the expression 2 plus x equivalent to 6. What number can you add to 2 to get 6? So they're showing you a different method of solving this, right? They're counting up using a number line. So they start at 2, and then they go until they get to 6. And then they counted how many jumps they made here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 jumps. Adding 4 to 2 gives a total of 6. So the solution of 2 plus x equals 6 is that x must be equal to 4. What would the balance look like if you replaced the unknown weight with an 8-ounce weight? So the unknown weight, this is talking about our x value. See how the highlighter is so much nicer than the, I mean it's thicker, but it's nicer to see than this pencil thing. Maybe the pen one will be better. Let me see what the pen does. What that pen do? Okay. So they want us to put in 8. Oh yeah, that's way nicer. So they want us to put in 8 or x here. So this is going to now be 2 plus 8 equals 6. Wait, what? Does that even work? What's happening here? This is now saying that 10 equals 6. So would the balance be equal? Does 10 equal 6? You have 10 bucks and I only have 6. You're going to give me your $10 for the $6? No. So these are not equal. So if I put in 8 right here for the x, it's going to make my balance not even. And this side's going to be head down. It's going to be falling below it. So my pan balance would look like this. This would be up here, and this one would be down here. They're not equal. One's way up here, and this one's way down here. Okay, they're not just at even like this. Like that's how you want it to look. Explain why the solution of 2 plus x cannot be that x is equal to 8. Well, we just showed why, but you would have to write down here and explain it if you had to do this page. But you don't have to do this page. You get to just do your practice book work. Okay, and again, I'm going to be doing a check your work video. Do not look at it, please. Please, if you want to learn this, do not look at that check your work video until you've actually attempted the work on your own. Okay? All right, be safe.